Hello and welcome back to another session of Google.rs. It's Byron speaking, and in the previous session we have implemented the cargo global lock, which was super easy. With the experience we've made previously with the fine-grained locking, it was just about finding the place where all the commands go through, which is basically this one. And here we can just create a log at the respective place and fail gracefully if something doesn't work. So the next thing would be to have a test edit for this, right? And I guess test cargo would be what we are interested in, because that's kind of a global test area, I hope. And yeah, this is something you might also want to adjust at some point, simplify it, remove it. Let's actually do it. Well, let's do it later. And maybe also, now with the latest cargo, maybe we should have a quick test and see with in our own situation with Google.rs. I mean, this global locking scheme that we have, now it doesn't really help us, but it at least makes sure that no nonsense happens in the sense of things destroy each other. So I do have, that's my local one here. That's the concurrent one. I didn't actually copy it. I probably should have copied that binary to keep it, because this is just a symlink. And at some point I might want to use this concurrent cargo in the moment I want to rebuild my stuff, right? Or rebuild my stuff with high performance, which that concurrent cargo can actually do, even though it will not be merged anytime soon. Yeah, so anyway. So cargo, that's cargo stable. And cargo Googlers concurrent. Alright, I don't know what I was thinking there, probably nothing. So now we use this one, and in Google.rs we can basically try to just make a concurrent build, make J2, J4. There should be something left that just tries to build multiple small ones. See this one. So that should work. And only one of these guys should actually run. The others should wait, because it's still configured to wait here. So J4 basically gets reduced to a J1, and you just can't do anything else. So we set a custom cargo home here, which should now have this global lock in it. Nothing else. And yeah, I think that will just work. Already looks good. In the meanwhile, let's just see how we can set up a custom command here that tries this concurrently. I have no idea how all this works. There might be some support stuff that this is using all the time. Support XX projects. Yeah, XX, there might be a way, because now we need to have two of these processes running at the same time. And XX waits for the results, and we might want to figure out a way to not wait for this. So that's in test support. Yes, that's it. Okay, I see. This is just a structure that keeps information. And then we import XX at some point with stdout with status. And then when does it execute it and do something? Match expected, match stdr, match std, match status. But where does it execute it? I think this is really just a comparison structure. This is xx width, and it really does nothing else, huh? Actual output. Where is the output coming from? Process output. Let's see how it's used, just to be sure I don't chase a phantom here. Assert that PR xx width. So this is really just a comparison thing. And this assert that is probably what will do additional logic for us. Or is that just from Hamcrest? Assert that. And this PR, where is that coming from? PR current working directory env process. So is this executing it? It doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's have a look at this process. Process arg build with the typo in there just to see that did you mean works. Path home, where's path? That's also support, I see. Where are you executed? Output, exec with output. Here this happens. Okay, so let's have a look at this process, shall we? Cargo util process. I think process builder is what does it in the end. Execute exec, exec with output. Status, so here it happens. So here we need some sort of version that just spawns. Command output, command spawn. Process builder. So that's building a cargo process, right? A cargo command. But it's based on std process. All right. Process, so that sets it up. I still do not know how this comparison is going, and how all this works, because the output, you know, has at some point, or needs at some point, or must at some point be obtained, and I don't see that. So how that testing works, I don't know. Probably, so now I get it. Matches, so you have a matcher, and this is why this actually works. So this is implemented for the process builder as well as for XX or something. And this is how it can basically select the correct matcher. So this guy executes it, and there we go. Okay, so I think I want to build a project, configure it accordingly so that I can test the various lock implementations. That's relatively easy to do. We even have a global config key for this. Why not? Oh no, wait, I thought we would check the environment, but we don't do that anymore. If we ever did, we don't do it anymore. All right. Yeah, so I just need a way to spawn one process with the same configuration. So that could be the process builder. Build command, look at this. Build command is something I can use. And then I just have to execute, I have to spawn it. So I think don't need to adjust this. Build command is what I can just use here. Test. And now the next thing, we can add arguments, current working directory, environment stuff. Do we need to set up the project in a way? No. We would want to change the configuration though. Oh yeah, so this is how that works. You just write a config file. Okay. Should we build anything? Or can we just test this? Oh look, that actually worked. Cool. Let's remove the cargo home. So that's the kind of side test that I do. So now it will actually update the registry and start again, doing everything. So that would already fail if we wouldn't have obtained a lock here, which we did. Cool. And yeah, it's really just about the test. So let's have a real test that also creates a project, possibly, but maybe we can get around without it. Maybe we can just use a cargo command that doesn't need anything. So I don't know. Let's use a small one just to test cargo here. So what can we do? Build clean. Something that does nothing really. Maybe even something that works outside of a project. So now we are outside of a project. Cargo, what can you do? Cargo update, cargo help, cargo list all the commands there. So something that maybe is read only, but of course we'll still kind of set up a cargo home and whatnot. Cargo run. We could ask for help, right? Cargo search. Maybe cargo help. You could just run this and even cargo help would get a global lock. But it might be too fast. What is cargo search? Okay, that wants the registry as well. Huh. Did I actually finish building this? I did. Okay. Didn't look like it, but probably these, yeah, the target files are still up to date and are still there. Fine. So search. What can search do, please? Host of a registry to search in. Search. So what's a query then? So this updates the registry and then gives you all. Yeah, so that's a potentially long-running command. Do we have a test for this? Cargo search, and how does it work? Aha, so it looks at it uses a local crates implementation here, I think. Writes that file cargo process. Look at that. And this isn't this where you want to put the log tests? Because with cargo process, we get a process, I suppose, that we can execute ourselves, and then we can use this test to run something concurrently, and we can wait for the respective result. Yeah. Is there a better way, like in test cargo? Override home. Test help. Help runs too fast. I'm worried that we cannot successfully reproduce a truly concurrent cargo all the time. Even though this one might also be too fast here. We are talking about like 0.05 milliseconds maybe per invocation or less. 0.05 seconds, 50 milliseconds. What's a good way? Setup. So this gives us a registry, custom index. That's interesting. I didn't know that works. I didn't know that format syntax existed. That's awesome. So you can actually assign variable names within that macro. Nice. That makes it more maintainable. Learn something new once again. I mean, it always happens when looking at cargo code or code written by the maintainers. Great to see. Okay. Config JSON. So they create a custom registry here somehow. Cargo process sets it up. Yeah. I mean, let's just try it, huh? Oh no, it's cargo search again. Damn it. That would have been too nice. Or maybe in build. Because build will build something. Would it? Oh, that's the actual bin. Damn it. That's not the test build. As offered. Wow, so it's mocked here. So I think you wanna use this maybe. But this is as good as search because we kind of don't have a separate test for this, but tests, yeah, I want it to run a bit. It should run for at least like 0.2 seconds maybe. SSH something happens, cargo build, oh that's just the authentication. Test builds, cargo build lib. So here it would compile something, right? Yeah, I think that is happening. And here we can just pick one. Let's pick the small one because that builds something, and now we can test the concurrent build stuff. Cargo process Yeah, so this cargo process we can spawn one of these. I hope we can clone that. Yeah, we'll just see. So build global lock project foo blah 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 blah. That's our project. Then we can get so we get multiple cargo processes now, huh? So this one, yeah, let's see if we can clone it. Let cargo process be this one. And we just clone it here to see if it works, because if it does work, you can spawn one of them and test the other one. So this will be testing that by default. It will actually lock up, and then we write a config file. Cargo config somewhere. That will, yeah, how does it work? I think here, huh? Yeah, I think it's easy. And then we configure the lock to actually wait, and then this will work. So first, it should not work. Process. Where was it? Build command. Yeah, exec with output. I think build command is what we have to use, and then spawn, huh? Something, let's check the docs for this guy. Do we have process command spawn? We do. This gives us a child. And then we can just let it go and wait later. So that's happening first. And then we just check that the status is 101 or something. Basic manifest foo. Maybe I just want to compile it for real, huh? Verbose output for lib. Running. Oh, look at that. I think it's more like this. I really want to compile this successfully. Yeah, so let's do it then. Let's take this. And the V we might just not need. With status build lib. Yeah, I want to build a lib. Status 0, so that should work. Actually, in our case, it will not work initially, but we have to get started somewhere. And now again, we get the process, spawn it, process BG process, let's call it like this. FG process is BG process clone. I do hope it implements clone. I can check, I guess. Cargo process. Yeah, I think this hamstring stuff is only configured for cargo process. So this is a cargo process, and the BG process, we want to have a build command and spawn it directly. Yeah, so that's how that would work, I think. Spawn no, actually we don't want to unwrap it. That child. BG process handle is this. Something along these lines. And the fg process shall then execute and do something for us. Probably fail initially. That's the idea. And then, yeah. Okay, so let's see if the process builder implements clone. It does. Cool. Awesome. So the only bad thing is that compile times will be super nasty. Unless we can figure out a way to run individual tests, can we? How do I run individual tests? Like at least this test file, test cargo build lib. Must be working. Oh, but that really works, cool. Makefile, show me your secrets. So at some point there should be a test flag. Cargo tests. Do I see any of this? I don't. The test target I see. Style no access for each target. Config target test unit. So where are these targets defined? So it's, damn it, config target, cargo target. Does my super smart shell help me? Kind of. I think it can't really resolve that. Just parses this file. And yeah, if it says there's a test unit dash, then I say, well, probably not. Make test unit foo. Yeah. Cargo target. So here another substitution for each target in config target. Do this. And this config target variable, that's what we want to see. Where is it defined? Do we include something at some point? Config, yeah. We do. So it's really just a platform that we define here, nothing else. Damn it. Can I just use cargo test maybe one time? I think last time it didn't really work, last time I tried, but maybe it does now magically. Probably not. Why would it? But it would be great. I just know I don't want to wait forever to run this test again and again, and I will have to run it again and again. So far, so good. We're just downloading stuff, right? So that is kind of expected to work anyway. And now it's compiling. Nice. This really gets my hopes up, that's for sure. Probably just gonna crush these hopes at the latest possible moment, because that's how that works. In the meanwhile, I thought I could schedule a new upload, but apparently I have written these files at the wrong spot. Yes, thank you very much. the wrong spot. But that should not be a problem to just copy it there real quick. With copy I mean move. Anyway. There we go. Alright, so now back to business. Did it abort already? It did. libgit 2 fails. What? The source CMake text does not match the source used to generate the cache. Okay. So that's something else. Rust cargo target debug build libgit. Tries to run CMake. So I can do the same, I guess. And these build flags, they might not be necessary to reproduce the issue. Okay. Maybe they are necessary. Look, it actually works. But it puts them into the wrong spot if I run it myself. Damn it. Maybe I just cargo clean it because I tried this a few times before. And git clean that stuff. Yeah, remove these, please. Except for the nodes, I want to keep them. Damn it. I think that should suffice. Good. So now cargo clean and git clean. Oh, and I'm using my custom cargo now, so I have to fix that as well. Toolchain stable, because now my cargo is definitely broken. Move cargo, custom, and let's get back cargo stable. Good. So now we can cargo clean again and try that cargo test. So maybe it works. Probably not, but it must work at some point. Maybe get somewhere. Let's rewrite the nodes. All right. Yeah. Now it's just waiting, I suppose. But instead of waiting, I could also play this fantastic game. Bang, bang, bang. Which I really want to write in Piston. It should be so simple to implement, and it's a nice test to get started with Piston. Yeah, something that really hinders Piston, well, it doesn't hinder it, but it makes it more difficult to deploy, is the dependency on free type, because there's no Rust only character rendering library, which is somewhat sad. But maybe a statically linked free type would already do it, but that might not be possible due to the license. Yeah. And as you can see, my points here, they're already freaking out. That's kind of a real bug in that implementation that probably shouldn't be re-implemented when doing it in Rust. But I don't think this will happen anyway. So the cool thing is that you can escape the balls by just getting out of here without being punished. I think you don't lose points that way. Like this. No. Yeah, so maybe, oh, it's still building. It's actually building cargo now. Awesome. So I don't need to use make. That was it. So this should mean that I can just run my test explicitly. And I think I should do that right away. Test, how's it called? It's test cargo build lib. Test cargo build lib. No. What's wrong? Cargo tests. Test cargo build lib. Looks good to me. Build lib. Totally. Did I put a typo in there? A super silly typo that I don't see? No. Oh, come on. So why is that happening now? Just build it. There must be a way to run this individually. I've done this many times and I think this should just be it. As refi. Yeah, that's just how that works, man. Maybe I don't have to prefix it with test. Maybe. That could be something. And yes, let's say done or say fail. But say something so that I can play my game here without having to look at or without missing the hint. Yeah. Ooh. Well. Yeah, how cool would it be if there would be a custom piston game that one could play instead of this JavaScript version? That's something I would kind of like. Also, it's a nice practice, I think, to deal with game development. I'm still alive. Amazing. It's fun. It's more fun than one would believe, considering it's so simple. Yeah, I didn't hear the voice yet. This means that actually this thing is still compiling. And oh, now it's done. So again, show me how to test stuff. So maybe without a prefix, huh? Is there a way to list tests that are available? Test only the specified integration test. That's exactly what I want. Test only the specified binary. Test only the lib. Let's try that. Now it recompiles the lib with the unit test, which there might be not too many of. And I lose time again. Damn it, I must find a way to just run a single integration test, which should just be this one. Yeah. Test cargo, maybe that works. Why does it not find anything? This just can't be. Is there some weird configuration that makes it fail? Bin test false, test name tests, test name resolve. So apparently maybe this kind of overrides the default names. What does the resolve thing mean? So does it mean I can use these but not the other ones? Resolve. So this one works. So maybe that's what it means. Cargo Tomo. Maybe I have to add the test that I want here. So let's have another explicit one. That means test cargo build lib. So maybe now it works. Damn it, you! What's the difference between these two? Why does this one work and that one doesn't? Damn it, come on. Can't be that difficult. Is there some... Yeah, these don't even... Maybe there is a mod definition here? So these are all just imported. Check style. How does that work? Test cargo. Something, I would think something is... Here. So this is where it pulls, it's not an explicit, it's not an actual crate. Now that explains a lot. So you have to recompile all the tests, fine. And you can probably just run an individual one, huh? Must be working that way. Good, so let's kill this. Target, no default, release, no run, bench, test, example, bin. Test only the one that matches a name. All test training elements are passed. For filtering tests and generally providing options configuring how they run. For example, this will run all tests with the name foo in their name. Okay, good. See, I don't know most of the stuff because I never needed it. So far I only filtered by integration test. So yeah, let's do the global lock thing then. Cargo test global lock. And I'm able to just build this one tests and now build global lock, right? This builds something, I should just run one test. Cool. That's actually what I want. Fast enough. And yeah, let's do it. Borrowed value does not live long enough. So what? The cargo process is this? It's apparently a borrowed value. Yeah, I guess that this one returns a borrow. BG process, so this must be a mut. Now we can add the arc here, right? Right? And now this should be fine in terms of borrow checking. Better. And say success or say failure. So see how loud this is. Loud enough. Good. Failure. All right, that was kind of expected. So cool. No library targets found. Build global lock. Okay, so we actually... Yeah, so this is the project that we want. And now we can try to spawn this one. Handle. Build command spawn. Unwrap, that's our child handle. Then we run this, and now we will wait for this anyway, but we should probably wait explicitly. So the child here is spawned in the background. We can kill it, but we can also wait for it. Wait, and it should be 0. Assert equal that bg process handle wait unwrap is success. Actually, then we don't need an equal here. So this one succeeds, this one should fail. I just don't know how it fails, but this will basically just make this assertion fail. That's the expected outcome. Let's run this again and see where we go with that. Oh. Really? Oh, I think it's not is success, but success. Okay, let's try again. This. Okay. That's relatively fast now, because actually can't borrow mutable local variable as mutable. BG process. So now something should happen, right? This should work better now. I hope.
Failure.
So, XX, but different. What does it tell us? Other output. Running Rust C. So I think we compare this output here, and this is kind of checked against first, so let's only try that. I'm just waiting for what kind of exit code we get. Should be 1 or something, at least. Still alive. Let's escape. I think this escaping is a cool mechanic, even though here this might not be intended. So the piston version might have this escape mechanic as well, but punishes you. Anyway, let's think about it later. Failed to obtain global cargo lock. Cool. 101. So with std out, does it return? Just a string. Cool. So it's 101. Then fail to obtain global cargo lock. This one. So now this should succeed and this should succeed. This test should now succeed, provided I got my syntax right.
Failure.
Nope. What? But exited with code 0. So does it mean that even now this kind of stuff happens, that I can't really reproduce this because the child process exits too fast? Yeah, that's totally wrong. Damn it, run it again.
Failure.
Oh yeah, I probably Something is wrong here. Failed to obtain global cargo log. Resource temporary unavailable. What the heck? So so does it mean that my first process already can't obtain the log? The foreground process, I mean the background process we already start. And this should have, this should be at the log first. Damn it, it's already not working. Even though it does work in real life, just something with the test here.
Failure.
Okay. Resource temporarily unavailable. Log operation failed. Can I print the path to the log where the log operation failed or something? Yeah, so this one should have a path buff. And then we provide the path buff. Ref path. So that's just some convenience that we add on in the file log level. Maybe we should add it on the FD error level, huh? Error. So what about... Oh no, FD doesn't have a path, it just have a... Okay, so we have to edit here. Fine. Ref path. So it says log operation failed, resource temporary unavailable. So we could say something like add file colon, or maybe we appended more like a suffix. So should be displayed here. Format. So we pass in the formatter f, and then we say the error, and then add file. Maybe like this. That should look better, should it? And then add file path. Good, so that's the displaying part. And now we would have to adjust this. Failed to obtain a file log. Okay. And this from thing I also can't use anymore. Unfortunately. This means that try will now fail, and we have to spell it out the way we do it here. Fine. Alright, let's do it then. Match this. If you have an OK, I think the result doesn't matter. Well, we could prepare it, right? So if you change this ever, we will not have to change this code. So it's just a unit here. OK shall just be forwarded. And yeah, we could only check the error case, huh? Does it make sense? No, not so much. Error, log error. Then we basically just put this into a error, log error that contains our path buff. Self path clone. And the log error. And that is that. Cool. I think we are good here. Is there another try? Probably on unlock, huh? Yeah. So that's, again, the part where we have to make the fix. Yeah, it was so beautiful before, I must say, and now it's not anymore, no. But, well, let's match on it. So that should be valid syntax. Hopefully. And if it's an OK, we just return an OK of our particular type. And if it's an error of type log, I mean, it's just my variable name. If it's a log error, then we shall return our log error type with a clone path. And of course the original log error. And that is that. Cool. That should work. Let's see. Cargo test. Nearly. Format argument must be a string literal. So a build will already be sufficient to show what's wrong. 24. Oh yeah, it's actually right in that case and not format. And what's the problem with path here? Display is not implemented for path buff. Oh yeah, true. Display. So now this should be working. Working better. Okay, cool. So running the test again should reveal which file it's trying to lock and why it's not getting a lock and what the heck is going on. Let's see.
Failure.
Oh, now we have to adjust our lock implementation. Log error. Any lock. Clone. We have a log error with... Yeah, we are not actually interested in the path. It's not this one, it's this one. And this is the part that we probably want to remove anyway. Really. Let's kick it out right now. So that's actually a try. This is kind of what we want here. Oops. Like so. What do you say? I expect failure, but at least it should tell me where the heck it drops the log. And I mean, sure, it should be in a custom home that is just used once, but something is really not working if the spawned process can't obtain a log anymore. Why would that be? Come on, it's the first one. Create. Yeah, so here. Resource theory unavailable, add file. So that's the intermediate one. And it should also not exist any. Oh, it does exist. So it doesn't clean up its home. That's weird. So in a way, I mean, sure, if these tests are run as part of the continuous integration, there will be nothing left. But locally, there is something left. And for some reason, it fails to obtain the log on the pre-existing file. And that's the background process here. I think. Is it? I think it is. Yeah. So let's do one thing after another. We're already 1 hour in, so I guess we will continue in the next session. First, let's set this up. That's kind of an improvement to file name lock. Yeah, actually that's the module where we make the improvement. Provide path information on log error. This just makes debugging easier. That's for sure. Let's push it right away. Tests worked, right? Yes, they did. Good. And now the cargo. Well, cargo I don't need to push right now. It just doesn't work at all. It should at least work properly here. And yeah, there's more to figure out. But that shall be done in the next session. Thanks for watching and have a great day.